So as all you guys probably know at this point, YouTube finance creators, especially the big dogs, the big, top YouTube finance channels, they are under heat. They are under pressure right now because a lot of them were sponsored by FTX. And a lot of you guys know what has happened to FTX here, as it has pretty much gone from however much billions it was worth to now pretty much zero. The company has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and a lot of its affiliated companies have filed for bankruptcy as well. And as this has happened, as FTX has completely blown up in everybody's faces, again, a lot of these, YouTube finance creators are under pressure, and I want to talk about my opinion on this and kind of the harsh reality of YouTube finance and really what we're seeing right now unfold with FTX. And this is, coming from somebody that has actually been in the YouTube finance space for quite some time. I might not have the biggest channel, and quite frankly, I have far from the biggest channel because I think personally I have kept it real. For all these years, I've kept it real, and maybe that is kind of held my growth back in a sense, potentially. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But, I've kept it real from the jump, and I've been, in this space for a while, so I've seen things come and go. And I'm going to be breaking that down in this video, starting off with a little history lesson. And I do have some notes here on my phone. My iPad is still dead. I haven't charged it yet. If you guys saw my last video, it was dead in my last video too. But it's all good. We're going to be going over some of these topics that I want to cover that are all right here on my phone. So we all know at this point the FTX debacle. FTX is pretty much gone bankrupt. Again, they filed for Chapter 11, and at this point, it is not the only one that has gone under. We've seen Mt. Gox in 2014, we've seen Voyager, and we've seen a bunch of other blow-ups happen recently with Celsius, and the list goes on, right? We're not going to really get into that too deeply in this video, but we've seen that happen, which everybody and their grandmother here on YouTube, at least the big YouTubers, right? They were sponsored by FTX. And the fishy thing right off the bat with FTX, right, which is a little bit of a side note here, is how much money they freaking had from the get-go, and their strategy to try and get as much market share in the crypto space as possible by dumping all this money into, you name it, the Miami Heat arena, Tom Brady, Steph Curry, all these athletes, all these YouTubers. The fact that they threw all that money and who knew where it was coming from, that was kind of shady right off the bat. A theory could be that, hey, it's a Ponzi scheme, right? All these, deposits that people were putting in, they were getting all this yield. Maybe that's the money that they were using to, to get for all these marketing dollars, right? So this takes me back to 2017, or when was that? 16, 17, with the whole Bitconnect debacle. And that's actually when I started my YouTube channel back in 2017. And I'm sure a lot of you probably didn't watch YouTube finance back then. It was much smaller back then than what it is right now. And at that point, guys, so many YouTubers were pushing Bitconnect. It was essentially this platform, if you don't know what it is, it was essentially a platform that you put your Bitcoin on, if I remember correctly. I mean, again, this was 5 years ago and it went bust, and I never promoted it myself, and I never used it myself, so let's get that out there and make that very clear, right? You could put your, back in 2017 when this whole thing was popping off, you can put your money into Bitconnect, and essentially it would give you a return every single day, and the more money you put in, the bigger your return would be, or some crap like that. It was a textbook Ponzi scheme, guys, and that went under. So I saw this whole wave of hype on YouTube about Bitconnect, and everybody was promoting it, right? Well, except for me, and a lot of the bigger creators were promoting it, and I knew it was BS from the jump. And I talked about this years ago. I don't know if you guys watched me back then, but I was talking about that in real time, how I thought it was BS, it was going to go under, yada, yada, yada. And now, and mind you, back then, when all these YouTubers were pumping it, they actually deleted their channels afterwards, or they deleted their videos, deleted their channel, whatever. And now we're starting to see that again with FTX, right? We're starting to see that again with FTX. A lot of these YouTubers, right, deleting their channels. I think Millennial Money, right, with Graham, Andre, Jeremy, and Meet Kevin, right? I think Meet Kevin stopped doing the show or whatever. I don't remember. But I think their channel's gone from what from what I've been hearing, and I think FTX was the biggest sponsor for them. And I think a bunch of other YouTubers, some apologized, some didn't. We're not going to really get into all that. But what I'm trying to say here is, you are responsible for your money. These YouTubers, at the end of the day, me being a finance YouTuber, I like to think I have your best interest in mind. I want you guys to do well, which is why I keep it real and I don't sugarcoat and BS things on this channel. But the reality of the matter is, most finance YouTubers out there, they just want to get that check. They just want to be sponsored by the biggest companies to just push it onto their audience. That's just the reality of the matter here, guys. That's just the reality. If you think these creators, right? But at the same time, again, you have to, understand this. For yourself, if you think the creators, at the end of the day, for the most part, right, most of these creators have your best interest in mind, you're crazy, And I'm the one that's been saying this. BlockFi, FTX. What are the other ones that off? I keep saying Vanguard, not Vanguard. Vanguard's good. Voyager, all these high yield products. I've been saying this stuff for I feel it feels like years. It was I don't want to cuss. It was BS, right? And they were sponsoring everybody, and everybody thought, oh, this guy's promoting it. This guy's promoting it. It's 9%, 10%. We're in a bull market. What could go wrong, right? And now pretty much all that is gone. BlockFi is going under from what I understand, FTX. So what I'm trying to get at here is the big YouTubers, for the most part, if they get that check, man, they are going to be pushing something on you. And to play devil's advocate here, at the end of the day, again, you kind of have to do your own research. So you can't fully blame. You can blame the YouTubers for sure, 100%. But at the end of the day, if you couldn't realize the fishiness of BlockFi's rates, of Voyager's rates, all these high yields, if you couldn't see that, I don't want to say you're stupid, but you gotta take the L, to be honest. You gotta be like, okay, the YouTubers maybe got me into the platform, but I should have knew this was fishy, especially with FTX. Come on. We saw Voyager go under. We saw all these platforms go under. And I know FTX was on top of the world and everybody was like, oh, there's no way they're going to go under. But there should have been a doubt in your mind. If you had a ton of money on there, maybe this could happen to FTX, right? And, yeah, I don't even know where I'm going with this. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own money, but at the same time, some people are so naive, they just believe anything, the big YouTubers say, which is a problem. I'm not going to lie, is a big, big problem. And who knows how that's going to be fixed. I don't really know, to be honest, how that's going to be fixed because, is regulation going to come to YouTube finance? My take on that is probably not, to be honest, and hopefully it doesn't. I don't want to, it would ruin, of course, everybody's YouTube finance channel, but I don't think that's the answer, to be honest. I don't think regulation is the answer because a lot of what people talk about on YouTube finance is good stuff, but some of it, a little bit of it, some of the crypto stuff, the high yield crap, it's a bunch of nonsense. So I don't know, I don't know how you could police this field. I don't know if it's possible, if regulation is going to come. But at some point, you got to realize you got to take, this stuff into your own hands at the same time. You know what I mean, guys? At some point, yes, the YouTubers are at fault for pushing this crap. And, I think Andre, no joke, Andre's the biggest crypto guy out of all of them, I think, right? I think he pushed BlockFi the day after FTX went bust, and then the day after that, BlockFi went bust. Come on, man. Like what? This stuff is so dumb if you think about it. It's like, okay, you're pushing FTX, you're getting paid for it. It's very likely to go under. It did go under. The next day, you're on BlockFi right now, and you're like, oh, sign up to BlockFi. And didn't FTX bail out BlockFi or something like that? I'm not the biggest crypto guy, so I could be mixing up a bunch of crap right now. But come on, man. Come freaking on, Andre. Geez Louise. So, yeah, and you know me, guys. I'm not big in the drama. I don't want this to be a drama channel. I could turn it into a drama channel, but obviously that's, that push most of the viewers away. That, I don't want, that's not the point. This is never going to be a drama channel, but I figured I had to cover this. And, I'm going to end off the video with this point right here. If you think something is speculative, well, if you deem something speculative, do not put a lot of money into it. Your life savings, a lot of money that you deem a lot of money. It doesn't have to be $1 million. If it's a lot of money to you, do not put money that you're willing to lose into garbage like this. So let's say if the next thing that comes around that's a Ponzi scheme and it's promoting or it's putting money to YouTubers to promote it, right? Realize that it could be a Ponzi scheme, especially if it's, the stock brokerages that people promote, those are legit, right? But a lot of these crypto brokerages, they're unregulated, they're not insured, they're in the Cayman Islands. I mean, come on. Like, this stuff is just so dumb. I mean, you know what I mean, guys? And it's, if you think it's fishy, if it's speculative, but you want to put some money into it, which is crazy in my opinion, if it's fishy looking or speculative, but whatever. Put an amount that you're willing to lose, right? Or don't put anything at all if it's something that's extremely fishy and you can smell it from a mile away, right? So with that being said, guys, I'll catch you all in the next video. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. I might get some heat for this video. I might not. I don't know. I just want to know your thoughts. I'll see you later. Peace out.